There are 2 races to go here tonight, and then next week in Texas Motor Speedway. We'll deal with Texas next Saturday night, but for now, we got ourselves a Coke 0400 at Daytona race to run. And welcome to the Coke 0400 coverage live from the Advocare booth. I am Jack Roberts with Scott Miles and Connor Speed. And welcome to the Competition Racing Network's coverage of NASCAR's Sprint Cup Series racing. Whew, we got some big headlines to look at. But first, a couple of drivers that have clinched way ahead of race number 9 on points and don't need a win, but they would just like a win just for the sake of it. The number 50 of Alan Majoli. Alan Majoli definitely not winning quite as fast as he did last season. Then again, it took Alan how much did it take Alan to win last season? I don't remember. It was a long time ago. And the other driver is Jimmie Johnson. Johnson has yet to win this season. Those 100 cars are fast. I mean, Chase Elliott and Kasey Kahne have wins. Speaking of Kasey Kahne and Chase Elliott, they are right there. Jimmie Johnson has yet to win, as does Jeff Gordon. Dale Jr. Bowman Jr. is out for the rest of the season. Jeff Gordon stepping in and running his 800th start in the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series. Good for Jeff. Congrats to Jeff Gordon on that feat. Never thought it would happen. And of course, our bubble watch. It comes down to Trevor Bayne, Reed Sorensen, Casey Mears surprisingly somehow in this mess, David Reagan Smith, Ryan Blaney, Eric Almirola. They're not the only ones in the bubble spot. Mick Murray and Ryan Reed, they don't have any solid grip on chase spots like Alan Majoli and Jimmie Johnson do. And they're going to be some drivers to watch for. Some other drivers to watch for: Tony Stewart, 3-time winner of this event. Tony Stewart won this event in 2009, 2012, with his first win coming in, I want to say, 2007. Or 2006. We'll find out. And then you got Joey Logano. Logano does good at super speedways. Won in Talladega, so obviously he knows a thing or two getting around speedways. Getting around the super speedways. Oh yeah. He certainly does. And then you got your pole sitter, Austin Dillon. That number 3 car is looking for his first win of his career. And he's hoping Daytona is the track to do it. So let's get our keys to the race, brought to you by Advocare. Advocare, we build champions. Alright, so guys, this race is going to go around the 2.5 mile super speedway of Daytona. You're going to want to avoid the big one. Avoid being in the middle of the pack, which some drivers are very unfortunate to be there. And if you think you can win this race, you either want to go to the back or you want to go to the front. Being in the back here on this 10-lap event might do you in for good. Alright. Anything else you want to add? Yeah, we're going to have some onboards, and here they go. In no particular order, we got Joey Logano with the AAA Insurance onboard camera. Austin Dillon with the Dow onboard camera. Tony Stewart will be carrying Mobil 1 onboard camera. Jimmie Johnson, Lowe's onboard camera. Chase Elliott with the Napa onboard. Kasey Kahne carrying the Pepsi Max onboard. Carrying our Chevrolet onboard camera will be Mike Lynette in the 45. Brad Keselowski carries the Ford onboard camera. Carrying our Dodge onboard camera is going to be Jeb Burton. Sunoco onboard camera will be carried by Ryan Reed. And the Sprint onboard camera will be carried by Ryan Blaney. Jeez, that's a lot of onboard cameras to go through. You get used to it. Let's go get the command to start them up and let them go. Gentlemen, start your engines! 29 cars roar to life here at the Hallowed Super Speedway, built in 1959, refurbished, redesigned to be the first motorsports stadium here in 2016. Let's get your starting lineup brought to you by Sharpie, right out loud. Starting in row number 1, on the pole position is Joey Logano in the number 22 Team Penske Ford. Next to him in second, in driving the number 3 Richard Childress Racing Chevrolet, is Austin Dillon. Going off in row number 2, starting third is Alan Muccioli in the number 50 Tommy Baldwin Racing Chevrolet. Next to him in fourth is the number 12 Evernham Motorsports Dodge of Travis Kvapil. Starting the race in row number 3, in fifth is the number 19 Evernham Motorsports Dodge, being driven by Jeb Burton. Next to him in sixth is Matt Benedetto in the number 93 BK Racing Dodge. Starting the race in row number 4, in seventh is Tony Stewart in the number 14 Stewart-Haas Racing Chevrolet. Next to him in 8th is Jimmy Johnson in the number 48 Hendrick Motorsports Chevrolet. Rolling off in row number 5, starting 9th is Kurt Busch in the number 41 Stewart-Haas Racing Chevrolet. Next to him in 10th is Chase Elliott in the number 24 Hendrick Motorsports Chevrolet. On the grid in row number 6, starting 11th is Casey Kane in the number 5 Hendrick Motorsports Chevrolet. Next to him in 12th is Kyle Larson in the number 42 Chip Ganassi Racing Chevrolet. Rolling out of row number 7, starting 13th is Michael Annett in the number 45 H-Stat Motorsports Chevrolet. Next to him in 16th is Brad Keselowski in the number 2 Team Penske Ford. Starting the race in row number 8, starting 15th is Ryan Reed in the number 98 Roush Fenway Racing Ford. Next to him in 16th is Jamie McMurray in the number 8 Chip Ganassi Racing Chevrolet. In row number 9, starting 17th is Ryan Blaney in the number 90 Wood Brothers Racing Ford. Next to him in 18th is Eric Almirola in the number 43 Richard Petty Motorsports Dodge. In row number 10, starting 19th is David Reagan in the number 32 BK Racing Dodge. Next to him in 20th is Regan Smith in the number 35 Tommy Baldwin Racing Chevrolet. In row number 11, starting 21st, is Reed Sorensen in the number 33 Richard Childress Racing Chevrolet. Next to him in 22nd is Casey Mears in the number 13 Germain Racing Chevrolet. Rolling off the grid in row number 12, starting 23rd is Trevor Bayne in the number 6 Roush Fenway Racing Ford. Next to him is Jeff Gordon, starting 24th in the number 88 Hendrick Motorsports Chevrolet. Rolling off row number 13, beginning in 25th is Landon Castle in the number 40 Hillman Racing Chevrolet. Next to him in 26th is Cole Witt in the number 9 Evernham Motorsports Dodge. Beginning in row number 14, starting 27th is J.R. Hildebrand in the number 81 Hillman Racing Chevrolet. Next to him in 28th is Brian Scott in the number 49 Richard Petty Motorsports Dodge. And finally, in row number 15, rounding out the field, in 29th is Chris Buescher in the number 76 Front Row Motorsports Ford. And before we get started, let's do a quick recap. It's going to be 10 laps around the 2.5 mile trial oval. Well, we're going to be seeing a lot of pack racing, so expect to see that 3 wide action and probably 4 wide action at some points during the race. And your Chase Bubble Watch is as followed: Michael Annett, Jay McMurray, Eric Almirola, Ryan Blaney, David Reagan, Joey Logano, Reed Sorensen, and Trevor Bayne are all gunning for a Chase spot. And that is from 13th to 22nd. Alright, pace car is going to peel off down to pit road, and we're going to go Coke Zero 400 Saturday Night Racing now.
Green flag will fly in the air this time by. The pace car is going to peel off down to pit road. Joey Logano leads upfield to the green flag, gets up in the air now, and away we go with the Coke Zero 400. Great start by Joey Logano, and he's going to head down the back straightaway and take control away from Austin Dillon. Oh, that's not going to be good. He's going to bring in the rubber band effect. Logano seems to be maintaining his lead right now as we begin lap number 2. Austin Dillon's trying to reel him in. Joey Logano stays out front. Down the back straightaway they go. And Logano continues to lead us. We got trouble! Cole wins around. J.R. Hildebrand involved as well. Ryan Scott and Chris Buescher as well. First caution of the night here on lap number 2. 1 lap complete. Let's see what happens. Watch the restart here in action replay. Logano just gets going. With help from Alan Majoli coming from behind. Dillon with Quabble behind him just could not get the outside going there. Absolutely an abomination of man. At least that's what Dillon said on the radio. He said he wasn't getting any help from behind. And then let's watch this one. Oh, Brian Scott got loose in the corner, and then everyone else gets around and involved, and the others were just innocent bystanders of that one. Absolutely. Cole Woods able to drive away as if nothing happened. The other 3, they're in the garage. Their night is over. Green flag will fly on lap 5 of 10. Let's see what happens. Pace car peeled off down the pit road. Joey Logano and Austin Dillon take off with the green flag. Dillon with help from Joey takes the lead away from Joey Logano, and he will continue to run with this one. And trouble, the big one strikes here in Daytona. Ryan Blaney, David Reagan, Ryan Readout. The big one just happened. What in the world? Let's see if we can find out what happened. Oh, Ryan Blaney got around, and then everyone else just had nowhere to go. Their night will be over. Absolutely. Chris Buescher, Regan Smith, Casey Mears, Eric Almirola, and Reed Sorensen were also involved. Mobile 1 race off pit road. Trevor Bayne's going to be your race leader with Alan Majoli 2nd, Kurt Busch 3rd, DiBenedetto 4th, Johnson 5th, Logano 6th, McMurray 7th, Kane 8th, Elliott 9th, and Jeb Burton rounds out the top 10. Green flag, green white checker to tent number 1 here on lap 11 of 12. Pace car peels off down to pit road. Green flag's going to fly right back through the air. Let's see what happens. Trevor Bayne takes off and runs with it. He's going to go down to the back straightaway. Trouble! Michael Annett's around and into the wall hard. Oh, that's going to bring out the 3rd caution of the night. Oh, man, what happened? Take a look at this restart right here. Trevor Bayne gets going when Majoli does not. And it's just... The thing is that we're trying to keep an eye on Michael Annett. Trevor Bayne just got going like he got shot out of a cannon. And then we don't see Michael Annett for a while here. And then the next thing he gets loose in the tri-oval. That's a rarity. Not uncommon, but it rarely happens. Yeah. Green and white checker to tent number 2 here on lap number 14 of 50. Let's see if this is the real deal this time. Green flag flies through the air. Trevor Bayne takes off and runs away from Kurt Busch. Jimmy Johnson gets down to the inside of Kurt Busch. Now Jamie McMurray makes a 3-wide. He gets to the inside of Trevor Bayne. He's going to challenge for the lead. McMurray is there. They go into turn number 3 and 4. Rounding into the tri-oval. White flying in the air this time by. Trevor Bayne continues to lead over McMurray. McMurray trying to find a run. He stays behind him. Let's follow the leader at this point. McMurray takes a run to the inside. It's not going to be enough though. Trevor Bayne's going to win it here in Daytona. Trevor Bayne has not won since the 2011 Daytona 500, and now he gets to burn it down and he claims a spot in the chase. Congratulations to Trevor Bayne and the number 16. Let's take a look at your unofficial results brought to you by Sharpie. Finishing first, Trevor Bayne. Jamie McMurray finishes second. Kurt Busch finishes third. Chase Elliott finishes fourth. Tony Stewart finishes fifth and rounds out the top 5. Finishing sixth on the day is Alan Vajoli. 7th, Jimmy Johnson. Austin Dillon rounds out the field in 8th. 9th place, Matt Benedetto. And 10th, Casey Kane. Kane rounds out the top 10. 11th place, Travis Quapple. 12th place, Jeb Burton. Joey Logano finishes 13th. 14th going to Brad Keselowski. 15th, Landon Castle. Cole Witt finishes 16th. 17th, Kyle Larson. 19th, Jeff Gordon. 18th, Jeff Gordon. 19th, Ryan Blaney. And then Ryan Blaney in 20th. Okay, Michael Nett 19th. Ryan Blaney 20th. 21st, David Reagan 22nd. Ryan Reed. Eric Almirola 23rd. 24th, Casey Mears 25th. Casey Reed Sorensen 26th. Regan Smith. Chris Buescher 37th. Jerry Hildebrand 28th. 29th, Brian Scott. And Brian Scott runs out the field. Let's take a quick look at your standings. The top 3 are still Kurt Busch, Kyle Larson, and Chase Elliott. Kurt Busch is the new points leader, and he leads by 1 point over Kyle Larson. That's all the time we have for this week. Next week, we set the last 2 spots in the chase field in Texas for the Sharpie 500. Until then, I'm Jack Roberts. On behalf of everyone here at the Competition Racing Network, we're signing out. End of feed. Good night, satellite.